right, welcome back to another After Dark, everybody. Hope you all having a good night so far. Hope you guys had a wonderful day, and welcome back. This is LeBron James Day. Today we're celebrating the legacy and the greatness of LeBron James, and started out with a 93 Zay video this morning, and we're going back to our channel's roots. As some of you know, my very first, I think, 2 or 3 videos I reacted to on this channel were SxADk videos, and we're going back to SxADk for this one. This one is titled, "The Lakers Have Finally Turned on LeBron." Happy LeBron Day, everybody. Let's continue this this victory lap where basically everything that people like me and SxADk and Zay and so many others have been calling out about LeBron James for years now. It's finally all coming out to the mainstream media, and it's being confirmed by big dogs like the owners of the Lakers, ESPN. It's all over the place now. So victory lap continues. Let's do this, guys. Original video is in the description box below. If you want to check out SxADk's channel, highly recommend it. Also, you see a list of channel members. Shout out to channel members. I appreciate you guys. Let's do it. Like the video, hype the video if you could. I'd appreciate it all. And let's continue this celebration. Happy LeBron Day, everybody.
Well, LeBron James is smack dab in his 8th NBA season with the Los Angeles Lakers. Shockingly now, twice as long as he spent with the Miami Heat. Would you believe that is just 3 years shy of the tenure that he had with the Cleveland Cavaliers, his hometown team, which drafted him, and he, of course, spent 2 different stints with them for a grand total of 11 seasons. But yes, this...
Yeah, the irony, though, this is the longest stint he's had, because that's 2 stints put together in Cleveland. This is the longest he's ever been with a team.
Is now year number 8 for the King in LA, and well, it does look like his time there is coming to an end. Following an absolute bomb.
Can I be real? Me and my buddies, when we hang out, we do this all the time to clown on LeBron. Like, you know, we're kicking back, having a couple of drinks, and like we'll just like constantly crown ourselves, just like just how stupid it is.
It does look like his time there is coming to an end.
Yeah, it is.
Following an absolute bombshell report coming from ESPN.com today, authored by Baxter Holmes, a staff reporter there. And within this article, of which I would definitely recommend you reading the entire thing, the primary story details the infighting between the Buss family, primarily 6 siblings, but mainly the top 3 siblings of the hierarchy, led by Jeannie Buss. The infighting which led to the record sale of the team earlier this summer for $10 billion to Mark Walter. But of course, in the transaction, despite the fact that the Lakers ownership ceded from the Buss family to Mark Walter, Jeannie Buss retained her position as governor of the Los Angeles Lakers, a position which she still holds today, right as this article by Baxter Holmes hits the interwebs on ESPN.com.
Yes, sir.
And guys, believe me when I tell you that this article is a doozy, and it paints a not so flattering picture of LeBron James, and in particular, the way Jeannie Buss felt about LeBron James, almost from the very beginning of his involvement with the organization. Of course, he went there, remember, in the...
Yeah, it looks like it started with the Westbrook thing. And also, I mean, because let's be real, there is huge ramifications of the Westbrook thing. Magic was there to do this job. Magic wanted DeMar DeRozan. That was his game plan moving forward. Get a mid-range assassin into the team. LeBron vetoed it and demanded Westbrook. They got Westbrook in because of this. Magic was like, you know, the words he said was like, I ain't having fun doing my job. Forget this. I'm out. You know, so he left because of this. And that was like, Jeannie literally brought in Magic because Magic was the only guy she can trust at that point. With everything going on, with all of her responsibilities, that was supposed to be like big brother, you know, little sister type of thing. she lost him because of LeBron James. So it makes perfect sense that at this time, she's like, the freaking Westbrook thing better pay off. And what did it lead to? They didn't even make the playoffs that year. They missed the playoffs. So, of course, I could totally understand after that, Jeannie was like, no way, I sacrificed way too much for this. Like, I'm done with this guy. I'm done with LeBron.
2018-2019 NBA season. And Jeannie Buss resented the implications, according to this article, that LeBron James was viewed as the savior of the Lakers.
Yeah.
Obviously, a narrative that LeBron James helped to promote, no doubt. Because sure, they did win the NBA championship in LeBron's second season with the LA Lakers, but many people just forget or outright gloss over the fact that the Lakers were pretty stinky in King James, the Lakers' savior's first season in LA.
Yeah, they missed the playoffs.
A season in which the Lakers went only 35-47 in. LeBron, of course, deactivated at the end of the season when it became glaringly apparent they weren't going to qualify for the playoffs. Then into year number 2, well, that is when good pal and agent Rich Paul intervened. Rich Paul and his agency Clutch Sports, that is. More on them in a moment. But yes, that's when Rich took on Anthony Davis as a client, and AD at the time was considered a top 5 league-wide player, top 10 at worst, when that is that he was healthy, which was even a concern.
Those eyebrows, man.
All the way back then when he was still early on in his career with the New Orleans Pelicans. But it wouldn't be long after Rich took AD on as a client that AD would mysteriously demand a trade out of New Orleans, and not just demand a trade, but he was demanding a trade specifically and only to the LA Lakers, of course, LeBron's team at the time. And lo and behold, once AD arrived in Tinseltown, that's when the magic happened in year 2 of the LeBron James tenure. So I can see why Jeannie might be a little off-put that LeBron is seen as the Lakers' savior. Really, it could be Anthony Davis, which should be viewed as the Lakers' savior.
I was saying that in this morning's video. I agree 100%. Bring in LeBron, nothing positive is happening. Bring in AD, now we're winning a title.
And at one of those two players as such, because it was AD, who, yes, ever so slightly, but still led the Lakers in scoring that season, their championship run, both in the regular season and in the postseason.
Probably rebounds too, right? And blocks.
He led the Los Angeles Lakers in win shares in both the regular season and the postseason, and that was while he was anchoring their near league best defense. AD finished second league-wide in Defensive Player of the Year voting that season. And as a result, Davis doesn't really get enough credit for that championship I think that he deserves. And it was LeBron James and Rich Paul who ended up bringing AD there, I suppose. So LeBron should get some credit there in pulling the strings of his puppet, Rich Paul, and having him facilitate that trade of AD out of New Orleans to Los Angeles.
Yeah, but that kind of mindset, like that can never end. Then if you're going to credit LeBron for AD coming there, then don't we need to credit Magic Johnson for bringing LeBron there? And if you credit Magic Johnson for doing that, don't we need to credit Jeannie Buss for hiring Magic Johnson to do that job? And don't we need to credit, Mr. Buss himself? Like, it never ends at that point.
Getting us to a second point that was revealed by Baxter Holmes in this ESPN article, that Jeannie Buss felt that Rich Paul and Clutch Sports exerted too much control and was putting too much pressure on the Lakers organization throughout the tenure of LeBron James. And yes, surprise, surprise, all the things we've been saying, alluding, referencing to all of these years, all being confirmed within this report by Holmes from Jeannie Buss. That Clutch exerted too much pressure and control on the Lakers organization. Yeah, of course they do.
Yeah, we've been calling that one out for years.
It is a massive conflict of interest, whatever LeBron James's connections are to Clutch Sports, or I should say, whatever his tangible impact is on them. We know that he is running it behind the scenes. It is well known throughout NBA circles that LeBron James has and continues to do all of the recruiting for Clutch, that he is the mouthpiece of Clutch throughout the NBA.
And the thing is, the irony of this article coming out when it did, which was right after Rich Paul was on his own stupid podcast with Max Kellerman and basically setting up a trade, like a virtual trade for Austin Reeves and why he needs to do it. Once again, Rich Paul is just an agent. He's just he's LeBron James's agent. What business do you have telling an organization what they should do as far as general manager duties? You're not a GM, dude. Stay in your lane. But this is the kind of stuff, because the methods of Clutch is to basically put the pressure on, put the foot on the throat, essentially. And that's always how they've gotten everything they've wanted. And it's not working with the Lakers anymore, in case you haven't noticed. But over the last year, ever since the Bronny James thing, they ain't getting what they want anymore. And they're not gonna. The Lakers are gonna wait for the rest of the season to play out. No more contract. Basically, no new contract for LeBron. Problem fixes itself. Get out of LA, LeBron.
Sure, it did benefit the LA Lakers. Of course, I just got done highlighting how Rich Paul and LeBron James helped facilitate the trade of Anthony Davis to the Lakers, which ultimately put them over the top to get that championship in the 2020 Disney bubble. LeBron's fourth and still his final NBA championship to this point of his career. So while the Lakers felt the tangible benefits of that impact of Clutch, in that specific instance, they have been suffering by and large throughout LeBron's entire 8-year tenure because of it, most notably in the Russell Westbrook deal, which was also cited prominently within this article from Baxter Holmes. That Jeanie Buss felt that LeBron and his team had an overwhelming lack of accountability for that Westbrook deal, basically putting the entire thing on LeBron's shoulders, that it was essentially his plan to bring in Russell Westbrook, and that, of course, was a complete disaster. And the irony in it, of course, is that LeBron totally flipped and turned on Russ and scapegoated him out of town, something Russell Westbrook spoke about off the record in the summer, and talking about what a snake LeBron James was. Again, all the things we have known for years, all now coming out. This is what happens, LeBron, when you overstay your welcome.
100%. 100%. And that's why I'm actually, part of me is surprised he's done this, but then the other part of me is not, because he doesn't this guy's not that self-aware when it comes to this kind of stuff. So in his mind, he didn't think everyone was going to turn against him. But the way I saw it was, the longer you stick around, the less patient people are going to be with opening the floodgates, and all the dirt that everyone has on you, it's going to start coming out while you're still playing. This would go a lot easier if you retired. Honestly, you should have retired 4 years ago, and then let the dirt come out. You keep your head low and you move on with your life. But now, no, it's going to ruin the end of your legacy. And that's the ironic thing, because in his mind, he's staying around so he can somehow claim this GOAT status, the greatest of all time status. He's thinking longevity numbers are going to do it. But because of that gamble he's making, he doesn't realize, I think by the time it's all said and done, he's going to be out of everyone's top 5. He's probably going to play again next year, you guys. He's just going to go to a new team.
Things apparently reached such a low point and a boiling point within the organization that Jeanie Buss...
And before, I could already sense the comments. No one's going to sign him. Why would anybody sign him if he's this bad? Sacramento fans, I'm sorry. I see a team like you. A team that basically can't sell tickets right now. I see a team like you have no hope of winning a championship in the next couple of years. You just need to make some money as an organization. That's the type of organization that'll sign LeBron to a 1-year deal, give him $50 million, let him basically do a crazy farewell tour. All the attention is on him. LeBron will be happy. The organization will be happy because they're selling tickets, and that's the way it's going to go. He's not going to go to a title contender.
Us actually considered trading LeBron James all the way back in 2022, and even floated the possibility of it being to the Clippers within the organization.
Would have been so funny.
The article goes on to highlight how Jeanie Buss didn't even really want to give LeBron his last extension, but did so essentially because she feared bad PR.
Yes.
And look, I'm not suggesting that Jeanie Buss is a good owner, or that any of the Buss contingent was good at owning this team outside of the late, great Dr. Jerry Buss, but this is a damning article nonetheless, because Jeanie Buss did have the controlling ownership stakes of a team that LeBron James has spent 8 years with, And we thought, allegedly, that maybe just the relationship between those two is what kept him there as long as he has been there. But now it appears that that isn't the case, and it hasn't been the case all along. The final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, her saying that, like, I'm afraid of bad PR, it just confirms, not that we need it, it's been confirmed 1,000 times. Like, there's so many lines, there's so many dots on the graph, you can make an easy straight line out of it. This is just the newest one, where it's a new confirmation. Yeah, Clutch Sports, you guys. So if she didn't continue to sign LeBron, then she was worried about all the ramifications from Clutch Sports, because they're gonna run hit pieces on her. We know they're gonna do it. This is what they do.
And I guess between LeBron and Jeannie in their relationship was the fact that, according to this article, Jeannie Buss felt LeBron wasn't anywhere near grateful enough for the organization drafting his scrub son, Bronny.
Yep.
Because, of course, remember that he applied significant pressure on the franchise to draft Bronny, a guy who has no business being in the NBA still to this day. He's now in his second season, by the way, with the Lakers. But Jeannie Buss felt as if that was a significant gesture.
It is crazy to think that Bronny James has already earned more than any of us probably in his professional life. I think because he's getting $2 million a year, so he's got $4 million already for playing quote unquote playing in the NBA. It is pretty crazy.
Towards LeBron James, one that he just kind of shrugged off and felt entitled to. Again, none of this should come as a surprise to anybody. And ultimately, the final takeaway from this article is that LeBron James's outsized ego just tore the Lakers ownership group and the franchise apart over the last 8 years. Wow. Was it worth it, Jeannie and co? Was it worth it throwing your father's legacy down the drain to bring this snake in and to steal one shallow and hollow undeserved championship in the flukish bubble on the Disney campus after a 3-month stoppage in play due to a global pandemic?
And I hate to say it because I love Magic Johnson, but Magic is the guy who recruited LeBron James to the Lakers. It did start with him. And I know Magic didn't realize what he was getting into, but I kind of feel like he should have seen the signs like the rest of us did by that point. But he didn't, and dude, I think the last thing anybody in the organization ever expected was that, because that was 2018 when they made this decision to bring LeBron over. By the time it's freaking 2026, they still can't get rid of the guy. That's the part I bet they didn't think was going to happen. The first part, LeBron comes in, within 3 years, they're winning a championship. That's what they had in mind. All this other stuff has been like a punishment for the organization.
One championship, that's it, for the alleged GOAT. In 8 years now and counting, the Lakers, over that span of time, have a cumulative record in the regular season of just 330 and 267. That is approximately a 55% winning percentage. It extrapolates out to 45 wins per season throughout LeBron's tenure with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Let's call a spade a spade. You're saying 55% win ratio, win to loss ratio? So they did all this, and over the course of the last 8 years, the Lakers have been an average team. Okay? An average team. That is not the Los Angeles Lakers expectations. No way.
That is while playing with a top 10 league-wide player in Anthony Davis for the majority of his tenure, and then trading him for Luka Doncic, a top 3 or 4 league-wide player. Playing roughly 500 basketball over that span of time. All the while, they have been out of the first round of the playoffs just 2 times. Twice. That's it. Meaning in the previous
wait, they've been out of the first round 2 times, and they've missed the playoffs twice and made it to the first round twice. Yeah, that's a bad look. It's so ironic. LeBron fans giving Jordan crap because he lost to the Celtics in 86. Really funny now looking back, isn't it? LeBron in the last 8 years with stacked teams has missed the playoffs twice, and he's only been out of the first round twice in 8 years. It's wild, isn't it? Look in the mirror, LeBron fans. Look in the freaking mirror.
which LeBron has completed with the Lakers, they have not won a single playoff series in 5 of the 7 seasons. All of this while his outsized ego destroys the franchise. Again, I say in one single word, yikes, LA Lakers franchise, and yikes to LeBron James. Again, this guy could have retired years ago. Instead, he just limps along in the league, trying to puff his stats and his counting numbers to try to chase down a ghost in Chicago that he never realistically could have ever caught. And he just keeps getting further and further away now because all of the things are now coming out. All of the stuff which we have been saying and alluding and speculating to for years are coming out. And now this latest article, which doesn't come out without the implicit support and involvement of the Lakers franchise, and in particular Jeannie Buss, who again is still the acting governor of this team. What does that tell me? It says that the Lakers are thoroughly and utterly disgusted and fed up with this guy.
The timing too, Scap. The timing is incredible because we're about to hit the trade deadline real soon here. And that's the only way the Lakers can get rid of him this year. And if they can get rid of him this year, there's a window of opportunity to make a good playoff push this year, for real, without LeBron. You get rid of him, you bring in some new talent. You still have plenty of time to sign free agents, or you get something decent in a trade for LeBron. But anyways, the whole point is they can't trade LeBron. He's got a no trade clause. So the timing is very interesting because now they're basically slandering LeBron, hoping that he's going to ask for a trade to get out. This is the only way the Lakers can save this season. Worst case scenario, Laker fans, you get through this year and it's all over. The relationship is over. LeBron's out. But you have a possibility of saving it now. And that's what I think this move was. Because he might get mad about this and go, you know what? These guys don't appreciate me, blah, 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 blah. I want to go somewhere else. And that's exactly what the Lakers want him to do.
And they want to move him ASAP, as quickly as possible, hopefully and ideally by this trade deadline, which is looming now. It comes on February 5th at 3 p.m.
Great minds think alike, Scap.
So we are right now, it's January 21st. We're like 3 weeks away from that. So this article may be to grease the tracks and facilitate something. As I look around, oh gee, what happened in the NBA this week of note? Well, Jimmy Butler went down with a season-ending ACL injury.
Don't say it, man. He's not going to Golden State. He better not go to Golden State. I don't think Steph wants him. A couple of years ago when they talked about it, they asked Steph about LeBron James possibly joining the Warriors. He literally just said, nah, I'm good. I don't think Steph wants him on the team.
And now Steph Curry, who is having a great season. He's starting in the All-Star game this year. Well, he's turning 38 in March of this year, and this is maybe one of his last good looks at it. And they desperately need to make some kind of a splashy trade now that they lost Jimmy Butler. Again, the Golden State Warriors have been circling around a potential LeBron trade for a couple years now, if you believe the reports. And look at LeBron James now being burned by the Lakers organization via this ESPN article by Baxter Holmes. Maybe that will be the last straw to break the camel's back and make LeBron finally want to get out of LA.
Yes.
Because it appears as if he's the one that has been holding himself there, at least for a couple of seasons now.
Absolutely.
Perhaps this will be the final straw for him, and he will agree to waive that no trade clause, and we will be looking at some kind of a bombshell trade coming now for the second year in a row. Last year, again, it was Anthony Davis being traded out of LA and bringing Luka Doncic in. Perhaps this year we will get LeBron James being traded out of Los Angeles to team up with Steph Curry. Oh my, what a tangled web we weave here in the NBA. The hot stove is heating up off the court like it can only do in the NBA and no other sport. Guys, make sure that you are subscribed to stay up to date with more from me, and turn on those notifications to get all of the breaking NBA news as it comes. Until next time, guys.
Fantastic as usual. And thus ends our victory lap for today. This was great to celebrate with you guys. Yeah, this is a case of LeBron was playing a strategy of a cockroach. You know, he just wouldn't go away. He wouldn't go away. And eventually you get smashed. And that's what's happening. Yeah, you wouldn't go away on your own, so now it's time to hammer you down, smash you down, get you out of here forcefully. Don't overstay your welcome, y'all. Look at the signs. If you're not welcome somewhere, you should probably leave. That's kind of how I feel about it. Go find somewhere where you are welcome, and if you're not welcome anywhere, create somewhere where you're obviously welcome, and people like you will be welcome. But yeah, LeBron is just a case of he refuses to leave, and that's what that no trade clause was all about, was that he can do whatever the hell he wants, and no matter what, they can't trade him. So he doesn't have to worry about accountability or anything like that. He can just be an absolute monster, which we've seen, never getting back on defense, doesn't give a damn. He doesn't even give a damn when he loses in the playoffs last year. He said, I don't lose any sleep over it. The guy doesn't care. He doesn't care about the organization. He doesn't care about his teammates or his coaches or any of that. He just cares about himself. And he's been doing a good job of it. This is the only way. And that's why, I've said throughout the season, I would seriously sit down LeBron and say, hey, we want to move in a different direction. What do we got to do? Where do you want to go? Because we have to move you. I'm sorry, Thanks for the championship in 2020 or whatever. It was a long time ago. We got to move you. So where do you want to go? And if he refused and said, nope, I got a no trade clause, I'm not going, then I go to the media. Go to the media and basically say, this is what we want to do. However, we're being blocked by LeBron, so we can't do it. But that would be the plan if we didn't have a no trade clause. And I would inform all the other owners out there, don't do a no trade clause because this is what happens. And then LeBron in turn would see that and go, well, that's pretty damn disrespectful. Now I want to get out of LA. That's where I win. That's how I would play it out. I've thought of it so much, what I would do if I was Jeannie Buss in her shoes. How do you get rid of the damn cockroach? Well, you gotta appeal to the ego, because LeBron is a huge ego person. So if we can harm his ego, it's the only way we're gonna get him out of here. Narcissistic people don't like to be in an environment where their ego is not being constantly nurtured and inflated. So if you create an environment for them where their ego is being hammered down, they'll get the hell out of that environment real freaking fast. Oh boy, they will run. They will run just like LeBron has run so many times. He would have ran away years ago from the Lakers. But Jeannie's too gentle, too kind. So I didn't expect her to be able to do something like that, but that's exactly what I would do. Anyways, you guys, great celebration. Thanks for hanging out with me. Go check out SxADk's channel. The link is down below in the description. Everybody, happy LeBron Day. Happy LeBron night. This is a good time. We'll get back to normal stuff tomorrow. All right, guys, leave a like for me if you could. It helps out a lot, and I'd really appreciate it. Also, hit that hype button if you could. Same reasoning. And thank you ahead of time, guys. Hit that subscribe button, all that good stuff. And most importantly, the be water, my friends. Peace out, everybody.